I started to have seizures, and I really didn't recognize them as something like a seizure would be. I finally went and saw a local doctor about it, and he did blood check and everything that they normally do, and there was absolutely no results from it. And so he sent me over to another person, and I got more tests done, and there was no negative results on anything. So finally they sent me to another doctor who did MRIs of the body and various things. She thought it was an electrical imbalance within my brain. And I came back about a week later. They called me in a little bit early, and I walked in the office, I remember, and she was sitting there. I sat down. She said, "Well, I don't really know how to tell you this." "Well, I guess I'll just show you." And so she went up to a big picture window in the office, and she pulled out an MRI, and I realized I had about just under a fistful of brain cancer in my left temporal lobe of my skull. And I was took a couple steps back on that. I was in shock. I really didn't know how to feel, but I think I've blocked a lot of that out of my mind because it was so heavy, and it was just like a ton of different feelings all hitting you at one time. Especially right at that time when I just got out of school and I was working, finally making money in my life and all these other things, and it's just, you realize everything's going to change drastically. When I got home, my stepmother was there, and I walked in, and I just was going up to my room. I wasn't going to say anything, and she asked me how it went in an energetic type fashion, and I pretty much told her, "Well, I have a brain tumor." And she got upset, and she called a pastor that she knew. And I was just sitting in my room pretty much, and the pastor came over. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know she had called. And he just started praying for me, and at that time I really didn't have a relationship with God. So I really didn't know what that was going to even do for me. The first doctor I saw, he was very encouraging. I went to the second doctor, and he was very aggressive. He wanted to just go after it all out and just kind of see what happens. The third doctor that I had seen in the city, he pretty much told me I was going to die in 12 to 15 years, and there wasn't much that he could do about it, or any doctor could do about it, pretty much. And I just got on my knees. I was just wearing one of those hospital robes, and I started praying, and like I always did. But this time I said, "Lord, I give myself to you for whatever you have for me to do here." And I still, at that point, even though I knew my situation, and I knew there was only a 5 to 10% chance that I could even have the surgery, at that point I felt like, why? It's like, why not? Why not give yourself to God? But I had these voices in my head like, well, what if he wants to use you as an example? What if he wants to make a spectacle out of you or something? And I was like, wait a second, I'm already dead. I'm done already. I've been told that by PhDs in the city and around the country. It's like, what do I have to lose by giving myself to God? And so I truly felt that, I'd given myself to God. And I did have an instant peace. I tell you, after the surgery, I was on cloud 9. I was just up in the air. I was in pain and stuff. My head was bad out to here, but I was just definitely just floating. Nothing could bring me down after the surgery, because they told me how successful it was, and I was thinking about God, and I really felt the presence of the Holy Spirit in my life. The main thing I try to share with people when I give them my story is the issue of fear, and how powerful fear can be in one's life. I still have cancer remaining in my skull as we speak, but I know through God that to fear it is my own choice. I believe every human being under God has the ability to shut down the fear in their life. And it's not that they have the power, to do it. It's that they have asked for the power, and God has granted it to them, because fear is a choice. And my knowledge of that has put the issue of the cancer still existing and the potential of it, spawning into another version of cancer and, taking me out. It just doesn't bother me. To be honest, I don't know why it doesn't bother me, because I would have tripped out a ton, I don't know why it doesn't bother me. But I do know now that the peace that has been awarded to me is from God, through the Holy Spirit, who came into me when I gave myself to God right before my brain surgery.